Hi guys, it's Leanne and we are here today finally with a Crime Corner book haul. So for those of you who are just joining us, and there are quite a few of you, thank you very much for choosing to stick around. Crime Corner is the place where I talk about all things crime, mystery and thrillery. It includes reviews, hauls, upcoming most anticipated books and quite a few other things. Let us get started. Woo! We have got a lot of books to get through. Last month I was very remiss in not showing you this wonderfully blue bubbly packaged book which came from Titan Books, and inside there was this beautiful proof copy of Follow Me Down by Sherry Smith. This is a thriller about Mia, who after many years is forced to come back to the hometown that she fled when her twin brother Lucas goes missing. I cannot wait to find out what this means. Next, from the lovely people at Unbound, I received Seas of Snow. This is a debut thriller by the lovely Corinne Jennings, and I think that the cover is absolutely stunning. In case you are unfamiliar with the publisher Unbound, they publish books by pledge. So they will post a premise of a book on their website and people will pledge towards that book to say that they would like to read it and effectively pre-order it. And once they have enough pledges, they then produce one of these beautiful hardback copies for each person who pledged, and it goes on the market for general sale. So this is number 92 that they have published. Seas of Snow is about Gracie, who lives at home in the 1950s with her mother and next door to her best friend Billy. She's never known her father and has never had a problem with that, but then her slightly unhinged uncle moves in. This promises to be a pretty bleak psychological thriller, but I like those occasionally. Speaking of bleak psychological thrillers, I purchased this gorgeous novel. This is See What I Have Done by Sarah Schmidt, and if you don't know what this book is about, then you've been living under a rock. So on the back of this one it has the creepy rhyme which tells it all. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. In August of 1892, the bodies of Lizzie Borden's mother and father are both found murdered by an axe. It is one of the most famous unsolved murder mysteries of the time, and everybody now believes that it was Lizzie. But as Sarah Schmidt points out in this wonderful retelling, there were many other people in the house, and there were many other possibilities. Next up, we have Into the Water by Paula Hawkins, which I am right now reading. Paula Hawkins, of course, is the person who wrote Girl on the Train, which, by the way, I very much love, although I do see the flaws in. So when I heard that Paula Hawkins had a new book coming out, I pre-ordered it freaking immediately, especially when I heard that it was going to be very different from her first book. And having now sampled 32 pages of it, I can tell you that it is very different from her first book, although there are still multiple points of view which I really like. Like Mia in Follow Me Down, Into the Water is about Jules, who is dragged back to her hometown because her idiot of a sister, according to Jules, has drowned herself, or has been drowned. Drowned? Or drowned herself? That is the question. And the last hardback in this haul is also a beautiful book, and it is He Said, She Said by Erin Kelly, and this is about Laura and Kit, who witness a very brutal assault and, being the good citizens that they are, immediately report it to the police. But 15 years later, Kit and Laura now live in fear. Laura knows that they were right to speak out about what they saw, because whilst the attacker says that it was consensual, Kit and Laura know that it absolutely was not. However, the victim has said nothing, and now there is always someone just out of range in the dark. And on the vein of creepy thrillers which have given me the absolute wham-whams, this is I See You by Claire McIntosh, as you can see from the wonderful sticker which I can't remove from the book. Thanks ever so much, publishers. Claire McIntosh also wrote I Let You Go, which I own but have not read yet. However, the premise for this one is far more gripping than I Let You Go, and so I could not pick it up. This is about Zoe Walker, who one day, whilst perusing the newspaper, finds a missing ad with a picture of herself. Completely freaked out by this, she takes it home and shows her family, who are all just convinced that it is someone who just looks like Zoe and that she is massively overreacting. But the next day, another advert appears with another woman, and the day after that, and the day after that. And then Zoe starts to wonder exactly who these women are and what is happening to them. Next, I have a proof copy of a book which has now completely exploded on BookTube before I have had a chance to read it. This is, of course, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, and it is marketed as another book similar to The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is one of the reasons that when I was offered a copy of it, I said, yes, please, right now, because I have literally just finished The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I am still not over it. I still miss the characters and the atmosphere in that book. This is about Oliver Marks, who is part of a very small and very elite Shakespeare faculty. At the beginning of the novel, he has just been released after serving 10 years for murder. However, the detective who put Oliver behind bars is retiring on the day that he is released, and he wants one last interview to clear up all of the loose ends. And so we hear the story about 7 friends who are studying Shakespeare and taking part in Shakespeare plays until one of them is found dead. And I will be purchasing a copy of this if I like it, because the 2 covers, both the US and the UK covers, are absolutely stunning. And you know, I think I'm going to have to split this into 2 hauls. There is that many books, but I will finish off with these 3. First is The Passenger by Tanner French, which is a new release into paperback. This is the 6th book in the Dublin Murder Squad series, and so I cannot really tell you very much about what it is about. And finally, for this haul, you guys all know that I recently became obsessed with the TV show Shetland, which is based on the books by Anne Cleve, the series of the same name, all about Detective Jimmy Perez, who is based on Shetland and all the very little remote islands around there. And so the wonderful Jane Pan Macmillan was kind enough to send me books 2 and 3 in this series. So the series starts with Raven Black, and then it goes on to White Knights, and then to Red Bones. So I am now set for doing my 3-book review for you guys when I get to this one. That is the end of this haul for today. Please stay tuned for part 2, which I will have up very, very soon. And it features more beauties and more starts of very interesting series. So do stay tuned. Also, please let me know if you have read any of these books, or if you are interested in reading any of these books, or of course, if you have any mystery, crime or thriller recommendations for me, please leave them down below, because I am always happy to add to my to-buy list. I will see you all soon. Bye!